Hey guys, welcome to our kitchen. Today is Friday and it's kind of like one of those days I get to try to catch up with housework or, the dreaded laundry. The next few weeks or the next month is going to be crazy good busy for me with lots of good announcements. So stay tuned to that. I'm so excited. Been working hard with some trainings and things, so you'll definitely hear my announcement. I'm super excited. Anyway, so we're here to talk about dandelions. It is spring and my husband looked outside and he's like, you better go pick the dandelions if you want. So Hunter, we had fun doing that. He basically picked them down from the backyard. We didn't really have a lot, but it's just enough to make a really powerful tea. But the reason why I love dandelion is because most of you know that I have Hashimoto thyroid disease, and I've had it since I was little, about 8 years old, and it's been a struggle for my whole entire life, basically. So anything that I share in general with health related subjects or just something I think that you would find beneficial, I would like to share. So years ago, before I found out about the natural way of holistic remedies and things like that, my old doctor was putting me on like 2 different diuretics for my autoimmune disease, because every day I swell. That is just hormones and the Hashimoto way of life. So of course you're not concerned about it, but it's just kind of annoying because, like, you feel puffy, or one day you wake up and you're just like, oh, you gained 2 pounds. And you can have edema with a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be autoimmune or thyroid, but if you have problems with your heart or kidneys or anything like that, you probably have a lot more edema than most people. So long story short, the medication never worked on me. I was on them for years. They switched it up. Yes, of course it helped a little bit, but then I'm sitting here thinking, why am I going to stay on medication when it's not helping that much? So the doctor's like, well, we can try to change up your medication again, or you can just kind of live with it. So I opted just to live with it, and I thought, wow, that's gonna suck. However, years later, learning about all of this, and now my more natural functional doctor, I told her I was really concerned about my swelling, and I do make my own lymphatic capsules with oils, and if I stay on my regimen, it works wonders. And she just sat there and looked at me. She's like, oh, well, you just need to take dandelion. Like, oh, it was like no big deal to her. And it works wonders, people. So basically, dandelion is a very powerful diuretic. But what's so cool about it is it's very rich. It's one of the most rich in potassium. And so how that works in the body is, if you know anything about diuretics, yes, it's trying to get rid of all of the excess fluid, but in most cases you have to watch out for your potassium levels because it depletes that. So using dandelion not only is going to help, flush your body, but it doesn't deplete your body of potassium. It actually stabilizes your potassium. So I love it. And if I run out, which I just now got some in, I can tell a huge difference. For me and my body, if I'm on a really good regimen with doing all of my things to keep my body flushed and kind of detox, I can try to lose weight, but I can totally tell. But then you can either source your dandelion through extracts with a good company, or sometimes I get mine from my doctor, or you can go out to your backyard in the spring and get you some of your dandelions. So last night I should have went ahead and soaked these and cleaned them. I was busy doing supper and I just threw them in the fridge with some paper towels. But what you want to do is you want to soak these. I like to use vinegar and thieves cleaner. By now, if you don't know what thieves is, you must not be paying attention to our videos. We use it on everything. Yes, it's a cleaner, but you can use it to wash your veggies. We also have these veggie wash. I mean, I even put this in our laundry to sanitize. I mean, I use it to make soaps, and that's all you need. You don't need a lot. It's very powerful. Anyway, so you just want to swish that around and let it do its thing. You know, we had a lot of rain yesterday, so it was a good day to pick. But you know, you have to make sure that you get all the bugs and the dirt and the pollen and just sanitize it. So the vinegar, water, and thieves is gonna do just that. So you want that to really sit for at least, I would say, like 20-30 minutes. Then you're going to really rinse them, double rinse them, make sure that the water runs clear so you have really clean dandelions. And for me, I don't worry about the stems and the leaves because all of that is good for you. You can even just use the leaves and the flowers to put on salads if you didn't even want to make a tea. So I wish I could find a dandelion flower or weed or whatever you want to call it, because I would like to get a root, a really, you know, good root, because the root is really going to be powerful. Yes, these are really good for diuretic, you know, gives you potassium, cleanses your liver, it's good for allergies, it's good for a lot of different things, and you can do your own research. But the root is really powerful, and if I were to get more than what we did, I would like to do it a few ways. So you can actually dry the flowers and put them in a sunny place outside for like a day, and then you can store them in a glass jar for a long time, you know, maybe a few months. Or you can make this tea that is very powerful. And what you do after this is you rinse this out. You can use a teapot or I like to use the crock pot, because with using fresh plants and things, you want it to go really low and slow for a long time, because you really want to pull all of that nutrients out. You do not want to boil it, because then it's not going to be as effective. So I'm going to just do this in the crock pot. I'm going to put it in our small crock pot with 4 or 5 cups of water, depending on, I think this might be about 2 cups of plants. So, and then I'm just going to put that on low, cover it, and let it just go probably at least 4 or 6 hours. And then you're going to strain it. And then if that's too powerful for you, what I like to do, you can store the liquid in a labeled glass jar, and you can use half a cup to your coffee mug, and then fill the rest up with water, boiling water, and drink that as a tea. Because like I said, this is going to be very, very strong. So some people, it might be too strong at first. And then you can add just a little bit of honey or essential oils to it. I like to do thieves, lemon, and I would like to try to do once a day. But so that's going to be what I do with that. Going back, what I like to do with my herbs sometimes, like, you know, in class we had to make different tinctures and tonics and decoctions and things like that. For instance, this is one of my digestive ones, and this has been sitting out on my counter for over 2 weeks. So you want to put all your herbs in a glass container, and this is a tonic. So this is going to last a very long time if kept airtight in a cool, dark area. So you're going to want to use 100% proof vodka. And I just get the cheap stuff to make my tonics and things. So you're just going to cover just enough to cover the herbs. And you're going to shake that maybe once a day. You let it sit for at least 2 to 4 weeks, then you're going to strain it, and then you have your tonic. And with tonics, you just use a little bit. A little bit goes a long way because it's very strong. So if I were to find a dandelion with a big root, which I would love, you're going to wash the root really, really good. You can either dry the root, or you can cut it up, make a tonic, do the vodka, and then let it sit for at least 2 to 4 weeks. And then there you go. You can enjoy it that way. And also there's so many different ways. So, like drying the leaves, making the tea, making the tonic. You can dry the root, and then you can, make a tea of the root using 2 teaspoons with a cup of boiling water and let it steep for 20 minutes. So there's just a lot of cool different ways you can enjoy your herbs, not just tea. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that. And if anybody loves dandelion just as much as I do, let me know how you make your tea or what you do. And I think it's just interesting. I love just to go pick stuff out of the yard and make some good stuff out of it. So hope that you found this interesting, and I'll see ya.